Over the past 15 years, I've helped over 1,000 people start an online business. And there's 4 key online business ideas that are head and shoulders above the rest. And today, I'm going to break them down for you. First, you need to understand an online business is different to a side hustle. It involves multiple different revenue streams that you can capitalize on and scale to 10,000 plus per month. It's a great way to create financial independence as you're able to rapidly scale your income while not being tied to any set location to work. With each of these business ideas, we're going to go more lucrative each time. Now, the first online business is super underrated and has the highest success rate on the list, and that is Amazon FBA. No, you're not going to be creating your own product on there and thinking you're going to strike it rich, as you would likely not even break even after spending all your money on ads, getting undercut with your suppliers, and you end up with a mountain of stock that's stuck in the Amazon warehouse. What you're going to do is find products that are already selling on Amazon and buy them at a cheaper price. People pay a huge premium for shopping on Amazon because they want next day convenience and they don't want to source the product themselves, which they don't really realize. Now, there's a few steps to this and you can start with a smaller amount. Step 1 is to start by finding books in charity shops and reselling them. Step 2 is finding deals in local supermarkets and shops and then reselling those. And then step 3 is exploring wholesale Amazon and buying in much larger quantities, i.e. pallets of stock instead of just 1 or 2 items. Now, you'll have a barrier at the VAT limit once you reach it, 75,000, but you can have plenty of practice up till then and still easily make 20k profit per year. Beyond that is where you'll need to actually scale it up to make those big numbers. You might think, how am I actually going to know what to buy or sell? Well, you'll want to use an app for that. The one I used is Profital. You can use their mobile app to scan items when you're out and about, or check them online on their website. And that will give you valuable data like how much it's selling for on Amazon versus the price in store, how much profit you can expect to make, the sales rank, which helps you determine if it's a good buy, the lower the better. You can also see things like variations of the product and how many sell each month. And importantly, you can see the sales history, how much it's been selling for in the past, which is very important because the price could be temporarily increased due to supply and demand, so it's super important to check this. Essentially, the app makes it stupidly simple. You scan, make sure the numbers are right, and off you go. I'll link this down below because the website explains it in way more detail, and I'll include a couple of discount codes that I managed to secure to make it cheaper for you. The low-key best thing about Amazon is it's such a monster, it needs to be fed stock. If you find the right items that sell well, they will sell instantly. And when I did this, I instantly sold about 50 items in the first day. The notifications coming in were crazy. And even if you sold 1 million worth of products in a year, that doesn't even scratch the surface of the amount of stock Amazon needs. Admittedly, if you have some startup capital, the process will be accelerated, but I just suggest starting with a lower amount to learn the ropes and make sure you get your figures right. Now, sticking on the line of products, this is a huge profit spinner, and this is developing your own product. This one is much trickier to get right. You're essentially going to be creating your own product. The key word that's thrown around a lot with this is dropshipping. This is the idea that you never actually own the product. The product is created on demand and shipped directly to the customer. Some people do this very well, but honestly, it's a lot of trial and error. A lot of people won't make any profit. Controversially, what I'm suggesting you to do is actually stock the product yourself. You can find suppliers over in China who will make it literally anything. I did this myself with one of my first businesses, a jewelry brand, and again with a woman's fashion brand. And I had everything custom made to my specifications. A sneaky tip to get that right, tell them you are coming over in person to visit the factory. That one works a treat. If you can get the right product, you can change it into a life-changing business. A great example of this would be the Oodie, created by one Australian guy, Dave Fogarty, which has gone on to be a household name, netting him hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, while this is an extreme example, you can do this on a much smaller scale. Personalized items do incredibly well, or start up a small clothing brand utilizing clever TikTok marketing. The great thing about this one is versatility. You can have a YouTube channel documenting your journey, and then a TikTok which can also be shared on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts. You can create a website, you can do live streams which are either a live shop or stream yourself making it. I would even urge you to do real life events like markets where you can sell the products and meet customers face to face to get real feedback. Combined, these streams of revenue can make you a serious amount of money. The reason I say to stock it or create it yourself is because you build real brand authenticity. If customers can see that you actually run the small business yourself, people are keen to support you, rather than thinking you're just drop shipping them some cheap product from China. Now before I jump into the third one, I have to say a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Awesome. When I set up my business, it took me days to get together all the paperwork. What if you could do that in 6 minutes for just £12? Yes, it's that easy to start a business with Awesome. They've helped set up 15,000 businesses hassle-free. Awesome manages the business registration, papers of incorporation, and get you pre-approval on the best bank accounts for your business. Zero paperwork and a helping human to answer all of your questions along the way. That's gotta be better than dealing with Companies House and HMRC, right? I'll leave a link down below for any of you guys to check them out. The next online business idea is by far the most accessible to anyone, as it requires next to no startup costs and no expertise, so to say, and that is a service business. Hear me out, you're probably thinking, what kind of service can I offer? Well, there's a ton. A great starting point is using a website like Fiverr.com. There you'll find people from all over the world who are offering a service, from graphic design, video and animation, writing services, content creation, and even AI services, just to name a few. There's a couple of key things you need to look out for here, like filtering by reviews. The top rated sellers are generally more expensive, so you'll need to do some digging. You can search by budget, which is also super helpful. One tip I would give here is to find someone in a similar time zone to you. While paying $5 per hour to someone in the Philippines sounds fantastic, when they're 8 hours ahead of you, finishing their workday when you start, it's not the most ideal scenario. Once you find a service and someone you'd like to work with, what you need to do is copy a similar model of what I do within my web design business. Using myself as an example, I sell a website to a client who pays money. I manage the project and pay my developer to do the work and profit the difference. Now I choose to do this myself as I enjoy it, as I want to be involved and part of the process. What you could do here is hire a manager that replaces you. I mean, sure, it eats into your profits, but then it frees you up to get more work and build the infrastructure that goes around it. But there is an even smarter way to do this. In this example, let's say you pick a service like article writing. You can pitch this to companies by saying they aren't updating their blog or news on the website, and if they had regular content, they can share it across social media and keep it up to date and attract more customers. So let's charge them $100 per article, $4 per month, hire a writer, say $50 per article, and a manager $50 to deal with the client if needed. Maybe an hour or two's work per month. We've profited $150. Now the best thing about this format is that's monthly, $150 per month, delivered without you needing to do anything but get clients and set up a few processes in place. Repeat this for 10 clients and you're already at $1,500 profit per month. And then you just rinse and repeat this until you've got 66 clients generating $10K per month. There's way more profitable avenues you can take with this, but that's a great starting point. And all you're going to need to start this is a basic website and a domain name, which you can then use to start emailing clients, which will be really low cost. You can follow some web design tutorials for free on YouTube. Heck, you could even start this with just a LinkedIn page or a Facebook page. Now last but by no means least, and one of the most lucrative, is coaching. Coaches have become increasingly popular over the past 10 years, with the likes of Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, and Tony Robbins. They're able to demand tens, if not hundreds of thousands to speak at events. And this is because they have become a key person of influence, which is a fantastic book, by the way. But the theory is you become a leading expert in your field. Now, while the former are extreme examples, your niche could be way more unique. You could be a key person of influence in the horse care industry in England, for example. A great example of this is a YouTube I follow, Live in Leggings. And yes, I am the before picture on every one of her thumbnails. She's been able to establish a unique format of teaching people flexibility on YouTube. So then she has the opportunity to make money from sponsorships, ad revenue, but you're also able to sell digital products. You'll see on her website she's got an ebook you can purchase, individual programs, and you can choose to join her online workshop, which she regularly adds classes to. These multiple streams of revenue soon add up, and the best part is they have the potential to scale. Instead of being stuck with finding new clients, you're able to scale it as much as you want. And that's what's so amazing with digital products. If 10 people buy it or 10,000 people buy it, it's no more effort from you. Well, except for figuring out how you'll spend all your money. Just kidding. Now, while I'm not saying you should pop on your hot pants and teach us how to do the splits, there's so many industries you can go into with this. If you have any particular skill others don't, or you just even have an interest, you can develop it into a very scalable coaching business. I've tried all of these online businesses myself and helped lots of people start them too. What I would say is there's no fixed model, but this gives you a good framework. You can combine elements from each and mix and match. For instance, you may find it easier to build a following before you launch a product, which is definitely the route I would take in the future. If you you want to build some startup capital before you start a business, I would suggest building up your first 1,000 from Match Betting. I did it for just 1 week and you can see how I got on right here. Thanks for watching and I will see you over there.